A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to class 12th economics. So as we have to start a new chapter today, that is rural development. Let us start that chapter. So at the very first point, we are doing the chapter of current challenges. Current challenges facing Indian economy. Current challenges facing Indian economy. So ultimately, there are several challenges which our Indian economy is still facing these years. And one of the challenge which our Indian economy is still facing is rural development. Still, we are lacking behind the rural development. We have a lot of rural areas in our country. We have a lot of areas which are not urbanized, which are completely the rural areas. And their development has been one of the challenge for Indian economy these days. Every time government always think of creating the new employment opportunities in rural areas. Why? Because government wants to make rural areas more better. Government wants to make rural areas urbanized, that there should be more employment opportunities. People who are working in rural areas in primary industries only, they should start working in secondary industries also. They should start working in tertiary industries. So government is always after the rural areas to develop them. You must have heard I think 2-3 years back, government started one yojana, one policy, and government asked MLAs and MPs to take at least one village of their choice, to select one village of their choice, which they will work for its development, in which they will work for its development. That means government is always after the development of the rural areas, where government is always doing something better for the rural areas, because government want to develop the rural areas. That is the rural development. And it has been one of the biggest challenge of Indian economy, because still we have a lot of areas which are strictly the rural areas, which have not been urbanized yet. And the people who are living in those areas are not able to actually grab the employment opportunities or taking the advantage of urbanization, because they are living in the rural areas. Many policies government have opted at different times to improvise the condition of rural areas, which we will definitely study in this chapter later on. But now, today, I am just going to start this chapter with a very important question, that is rural diversification. Rural diversification. Now, what is this rural diversification? इसके बारे में जरा बात करते हैं. First of all, you people just let me know one thing, that what do you think that when we talk about rural areas, what will be the primary occupation of people in the rural areas? What will be the primary occupation in the rural areas? Yes, everyone correct who have answered in the chat box. I'm getting the correct answers. That is, of course, agriculture. or farming, which means farming or agriculture is the, of course, primary occupation of rural areas. But do you think so that only primary occupation being farming is enough for people to actually have a proper 3 meals a day, or actually live the proper life and maintain the standard of living? Because we all already know that farming or agriculture is a seasonal occupation. And when we say that it is a seasonal occupation, then do you think that this occupation would be enough to get the proper income by the farmers? Of course not. There should be something more to be done. There should be something more activities to be done by the people who are living in the rural areas. Vaishali, would you like to tell me what other activities can be performed in rural areas other than the farming activity? What work they can perform?
Sir, they can promote small scale activities, small scale businesses like handicrafts.
Okay. Any other? Who would tell me the other points which can be available to the villagers other than this agriculture, which is of course a farming occupation, which is a seasonal occupation? Because in one season when there is the farming, they are doing the work, but other time what they can do? Yes, Hitesh.
सर सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट कर सकते जनरेट, सर डेयरी कर सकते हैं, मिल्क
Okay.
प्रोडक्ट.
That means they can get engaged in dairy farming. So let's do one thing. Let's mention here one by one what they can do. What are the available things? Vidyanshi wants to tell. Yes, Vidyanshi, tell.
Sir, they can take up small jobs. They can work in the factories. They can teach in the schools.
Okay, fine. So let's see one by one. Let's write what are the available alternative options to them for working other than the farming industry. So they can get engaged into dairy farming, or dairying बोल सकते हैं हम उसको, dairying. Then there can be small scale industries. Let's name them handicrafts. They can engage themselves into handicrafts as a small scale industry. ठीक? And dairying, handicrafts. What about mining? Mining में they can engage themselves into mining, right? What about horticulture? I hope you all know about horticulture. Horticulture, they can engage themselves into horticulture. Fishing, the areas where fishing is possible, the coastal areas. So other than farming, they can engage themselves into fishing also. So these are some alternative channels, alternative ways of doing the job, of performing the task. Let's see one by one about these points. अब हम एक एक करके इन points के बारे में बेटे पढ़ने वाले. Let's study this. Let's have a look at the various alternative channels available. Okay, so this is there, which is non-farming farm employment. Please mention the heading in your notebook. Non-farm employment opportunities. Non-farm employment opportunities. Now, the very first is horticulture. You must have seen that people do agriculture for fruits, vegetables, spices, and not only the eating products, but also plantation crops and even floriculture, aromatic plants. You must have heard about nursery, or you must have seen the nurseries where there you will find a lot of plants grown up. That is all floriculture. And horticulture refers to planting the crops of fruits, vegetables, spices, plantation crops, floriculture, aromatic plants, सबको पूरा मिला के we call it horticulture. So why just to grow wheat or rice or maize or cotton? There can be the employment into growing fruits also, vegetables also, spices also, plants also, opening up the nurseries also, doing floriculture also. It will also give them more money. That is one of the options available other than the farming. That is known as horticulture. You know, vegetable accounts for the largest share in the total horticulture output. Whatever we are producing in India, the vegetable account for the largest share in the horticulture, total horticulture. जितना भी इंडिया में हम टोटल हॉर्टिकल्चर कर रहे हैं, वेजिटेबल्स उसके अंदर सबसे लार्जेस्ट अकाउंट करते हैं बेटे. वी प्रोड्यूस वेजिटेबल सबसे लार्जेस्ट. Horticulture contributes over 33% of the gross agricultural output and provides employment to about 19%. 19%, which is of course one of the major employment given to the people other than farming. So after horticulture, even we can have one more point, that is animal husbandry. I think we all are now already aware of animal husbandry, which is also called as livestock farming. So it refers to the mixed crop livestock farming, like cattle, goats, ducks, etc. are the widely held species which are being favored of the animal husbandry. The products which are being taken from the animal husbandry, that is milk, meat, eggs, wool, and of course other byproducts, they are being sold in the market. यानी कि अगर हम लोग cattle rearing कर रहे हैं, पशुपालन, if we are doing that, so we are of course earning from that also, because we can sell the meat from those animals, we can sell the milk, we can sell the eggs, wool, and of course other byproducts can be there, which can be sold out in the market, and we can earn a good amount from that also. So that is of course one of the employment opportunity for rural people. Livestock sector alone provides alternate livelihood options to over 70 million small marginal farmers, including landless laborers. जिनके पास अपनी ज्यादा जमीनें नहीं होती, फार्मिंग के लिए फार्मिंग लैंड नहीं होता, बेटे उनके पास एक बहुत बड़ा ऑप्शन है कि वो लोग कैटल फार्मिंग करना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं. जैसे दे पीपल बेसिकली रियर द कैटल्स, जिसमें उन्होंने गोट्स को रियर किया, बकरी वगैरह पालना शुरू किया, या काउ बफेलो पालना स्टार्ट किया, हैन पालना स्टार्ट किया, एंड अल्टीमेटली उनके प्रोडक्ट्स को मार्केट में सेल करना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं. इफ यू गो टू द रूरल एरियाज, आपको काफी जगह वहां पे मिल्क मिलता है, जो डायरेक्ट काउ या बफेलो जिन्होंने पाली होती है, दे पीपल सेल द मिल्क एंड द मिल्क प्रोडक्ट्स. जिन्होंने हैन पाला होता है, दे पीपल सेल द मीट और मिल्क, I mean meat or eggs, they people sell that. Goats पाले होते हैं, they sell the meat or the milk also. So ultimately, this is one of the alternative to earn the good amount other than the farming, main farming. Farming के अलावा आप ये भी कर सकते हो वहां पे. You know, milk production India में बहुत बड़ा है from several years. You already know about Amul. Amul जो है बेटे, Amul basically कहाँ का है? Which state? कौन सी स्टेट का बेटे Amul? गुजरात. Amul जो बेटे है, that was an organization which was started in 1975 in Gujarat. एक cooperative society थी बेटे वो. That cooperative society where the people who was rearing goats or buffaloes or cows, they made up a cooperative society and they thought to open one organization, milk organization, which will just collect the milk from various milk sellers from different villages, was refining that milk and ultimately packing and was providing it to the various corners of these states. But now, not only that state, but you know that Amul milk is being sold out at each state, each corner of the state and country. So milk production has widely spread throughout. आपने देखा ना, पहले के जमाने में, पहले टाइम पर there was no mother dairy or there was no Amul or any such cooperative society or packaged milk. People were just getting the milk from cows and buffaloes directly from their neighbor, जिन्होंने पाला हुआ था, and they were just selling the milk to the people. But now the milk production has actually risen more than 10 times. बहुत बढ़ चुका है बेटे milk production. So this can be largely attributed to the successful implementation of Operation Flood market. Operation Flood. 1 mark में बेटे question आ सकता है. Operation Flood or even which we call White Revolution. इसको White Revolution भी कहा जाता है. In 1970, which was made by NDDB, National Dairy Development Board. National Dairy Development Board. ये जो NDDB है, ये NDDB गुजरात का ही NDDB है बेटे, नेशनल डेयरी डेवलपमेंट बोर्ड, जिसने अमूल को स्टार्ट किया 1970 के अराउंड, एंड उसे कहा गया ऑपरेशन फ्लड और व्हाइट रिवॉल्यूशन. अंडर दिस सिस्टम, फार्मर्स पूल देयर मिल्क प्रोडक्शन according to different grades and is processed. अलग अलग grades के according they pull up the milk production, they give it to NDDB. NDDB process that milk, pasteurize that milk, pack that milk, and ultimately sell it to each corner of the country. So that is, of course, animal husbandry, and the resultant can be the dairy farming also. डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स आप बना रहे हैं, डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स आप सेल कर रहे हैं कैटल रियरिंग के बाद ही. बट नॉट ओनली कैटल रियरिंग, दैट देयर कैन बी द कैटल ब्रीडिंग आल्सो. कैटल ब्रीडिंग अंडर एनिमल हस्बेंड्री ओनली. कैटल ब्रीडिंग, जेनेटिक इंडस्ट्री, वेयर अ न्यू ब्रीड इज प्रिपेयर्ड बाय द अवेलेबल कैटल्स. नई ब्रीड को तैयार किया जाता है. And you must have heard about, there are various shops, farms होते हैं बेटे. अगर आप दिल्ली के बाहर जाते हो तो there are various farms जो poultry farms है बेटे. They are having goats, they are having dogs, they are having hen, they are having cows, buffaloes, horses to sell also. वहां पे सेल के लिए भी सब चीजें मिलती हैं. So that is also included in animal husbandry and one of the occupation to earn something other than farming. The next option available to villagers is fisheries. But let me tell you, fisheries is possible only and only in coastal areas. ये coastal areas में ही possible है. कोस्टल एरियाज मीन्स जो सी के किनारे हैं, जहां पानी अबेंडेंस में अवेलेबल है नियर बाय, तो वहां पे आपका फिशरीज भी बेटे पॉसिबल है. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द नॉर्थ इंडिया, इन नॉर्थ इंडिया देयर इज नो कोस्टल एरिया, so fisheries is not possible in North India. If you talk about Haryana, Punjab, J&K, there is no fisheries allowed because there is no fisheries available. But if you go towards Assam, Maharashtra, Gujarat, or any such area which is a coastal one, of course fisheries is allowed there. So that is one of the other occupation. Fisheries is one of the other occupation which is available to you other than the farming occupation. India is the second largest producer of fish. Mind it. 1 mark question in MCQ. India is the second largest producer of fish. The total fish production is almost every time it's manifold. It increases. No need to learn the data. The states of West Bengal, Kerala, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu are the major producers of marine products. And bete, fisheries doesn't only include the fishes. It's word fisheries, but it includes all marine products. Marine products such as it includes fishes, it includes crabs, it includes octopus, it includes every marine product which is being available in the marine or water. So major states of fisheries are West Bengal, Bihar also, Kerala, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, because they are of course the coastal areas where there is a sea, and of course fisheries is possible. It has been one of the major contributors of foreign exchange earnings through export of fish. And of course we export fish a lot. You know, in India also people eat fishes, but when we talk about the foreign countries, people eat fishes a lot, and we export fishes to many countries. We export fishes to many countries, and of course it is the major source for getting the foreign exchange. That we get the foreign exchange, we receive the foreign exchange from fisheries. Now, the next is information technology. You know, by using appropriate information and software tools, government can predict the areas of food security. Accordingly, the appropriate steps can be taken to prevent or reduce the likelihood of an emergency. ये कहीं ना कहीं प्रॉब्लम को खत्म करने के लिए कहा गया बेटे. IT, that IT helps the farmers because government is helping the farmers through IT. Mind it. IT helps the farmers because government is helping the farmers through IT. Government पहले ही farmers को inform कर देती है that this time there would be so heavy rain in your area, or there will be a flood in your area. So अगर आप 4 दिन बाद कल्टीवेशन करने वाले हैं या 4 दिन बाद हार्वेस्टिंग को आप खत्म करने वाले हैं, पूरा जो भी क्रॉप्स प्रोड्यूस किए आप उसको उतारने वाले हैं, आप पहले उतार लीजिए उसको. The prediction is being done by the government, and that prediction helps the farmers to not get into the losses. That is the IT. It also provides information regarding emerging technologies, prices, weather, and soil conditions for growing different crops. The government is helping the farmers through the different technologies available, the HYV seeds available, the chemical fertilizers available, the pesticides available, the insecticides available. What should be the prices of the commodities at which you should sold the products into the market? How weather will change and can affect your production. How soil conditions should change or can change and affect you. So that all information is being provided by the government only. So definitely you should do something for the, I mean, you should adhere to the instructions to government, because government ultimately helps. Government ultimately helps the people through IT. That is also one of the help for the farming people, right? So that all these all things you must have to keep in your mind. ये सारी चीजें आपके माइंड में होनी चाहिए, because all of these things are actually the other farm, non-farm employments. Non-farm employments means what can be actually done by the farmers other than the farming activity. क्यों हमेशा अपने आप को फार्मिंग में एंगेज रखेंगे आप? Why only every time you will engage yourself into the farming activity? Rather, instead you should engage yourself into the non-farming also. There are so many people in your family. There are 10 people in your family, and all of the 10 people are just being worked into that one single land. Why? It increases the disguised unemployment. Requirement is of 3 people, but 10 people are working. What we should do? 3 should work on that farm and 7 should engage themselves into some other activity. These are the other activities. Horticulture, हॉस्टिकल्चर पढ़ेंगे हम, और डिटेल में पढ़ाऊंगा बेटे कल मैं आपको नेक्स्ट क्लास में. हॉर्टिकल्चर, हॉस्टिकल्चर, फिशिंग, डेयरी फार्मिंग, कैटल ब्रीडिंग, डेयरिंग, IT, that is all which helps people, which helps villagers to work upon the different fields available.